Good evening. Jono here. Again. Another night off for Eugene. Because I'm here with Simon. How are you, darling?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I think another night off's a bit strong. I mean, he does edit these every single night.
Well, all right. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I've done him a disservice there.
I mean, we've given him 15 minutes off. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, we do love you dearly, Eugene. Right, Robbo, I've got it. I know exactly what's going to happen in the World Cup. India are going to beat South Africa, first v fourth. Australia are going to beat New Zealand. India are going to beat Australia. That's the two semis in the final. Done.
I mean, that is about 6 weeks away. So,
well, maybe 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. But that is my prediction.
England have still got 5 games left.
England have got fucking no chance. Sorry, Tim.
No. I agree with you. I can't see them doing anything. However, what we have witnessed today has been an absolute exhibition of ball striking.
Oh, my good giddy aunt.
And I've got a question I want to ask you. Obviously, Glenn Maxwell's gone in today, fastest 100 in a World Cup ever, pissed it like by 9 balls. He beat the record by. The record before was 49 balls. He broke that today, 40 balls.
Yeah.
Then fannied around getting between 100 and 106. I mean, he faced 4 balls to do that. So, but I think, are we witnessing?
You look at some of the hitting World Cup.
I think what we're witnessing is one of the worst ever bowling World Cups, if I'm being completely honest. Having praised the Dutch for their performance against South Africa today, they were horrible. They went down full England mode at the death, either bowling length pace balls, or the old fast ball. I mean, Van der Beek or...
I mean, come on, you're going to have to work...
Baz the leader, bless him. Baz the leader, bless him, bowling at the death. Bowled one over at Maxwell that went length ball 4, full toss 6, full toss 6, no ball, full toss 6.
Ouch.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and this for me, the one... I'll finish my question to you in a minute. The one ball...
Just going to have a whinge first.
No. The one ball that doesn't rely on the pitch. There is one ball that any cricketer can bowl. That's a decent ball. Obviously, a shin-eye full toss is not a decent ball. And that's a Yorker. Like, a Yorker, you can't blame the wicket. Occasionally, a bowler can blame footmarks or something. But not in India. When was the last time you ever saw someone kick the footmarks in India? I mean, they're playing on concrete, for goodness sake. So, it just hasn't been bowled well enough. However, when you look at how South Africa batted at the death against England the other day, 143. Yesterday, South Africa 144 in the last 10.
Yeah.
I hate to think how many Australia got today in the last 10. That's just going to be mind-bogglingly silly.
Yeah.
And so, are we witnessing some of the finest ball striking in terms of death hitting that there has been? Like you like say, Klaassen the other day, Jansen the other day, Maxwell today. You're seeing these guys, New Zealand. Yeah, you're seeing some of the New Zealand guys at the end bang the ball.
Yeah.
India, to be fair, haven't had to bang the ball at death because they've won every game before the last. Unless when Kohli decides he wants to get 100 and the other guy can't score a run, then it might get past the 40 over mark. But you've seen these guys come in at the end and absolutely melt the ball. And so that leads my 2 questions. Is this the best exhibition of hitting? Yeah. Is this the best exhibition of hitting there has been in a World Cup? 1. And question 2, who would you have in your side? You can pick any side from the World Cup so far. Who would you have batting 4, 5, 6, 7?
Crikey. Yes, the death hitting has been phenomenal, but I think, as you say, because of the poor quality of bowling, I think people are too afraid to bowl Yorkers just in case they get it wrong because they're going to know they're going to get banged into the second tier. Who would my
opposed to what's been happening, which is
getting banged into first tier, or sometimes the third on occasion. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Okay. I'd have Stokes because not 2 months ago he scored 184 against New Zealand. Or are we only going off the tournament?
I'd go off the tournament.
Okay.
I'm saying in the tournament.
Okay, you're saying in the tournament. Right, okay. Well, Klaassen's definitely in there. Maxwell's got to be in there. I'd probably
If you want to
Markram.
pick 3, we can go 5, 6, 7.
No,
We can
I'd
go 5, 6, 7 if you
no,
want.
Markram 4, Clarkson 5, Maxwell 6, Miller 7. Obviously,
No Janssen.
Well, yeah, but then you're asking me to. I'd have Maxwell and Markram bowling some mucky off Taj to make up his 10 overs. I mean, who knows? David Miller might be able to throw a couple of cheap overs down. I doubt it, but I mean, in terms of striking and strike rates, I received a stat earlier. Maxwell scored 80. Maxwell scored 80 runs from 16 balls. Makes you wonder what he was doing getting 21 off the other 24.
Well, I mean, he to be fair, Cameron Green got Labuschagne that got out, and then it was when Cam Green came in and got out that he went ballistic.
Yeah,
he was playing
pull shots. He was playing just ridiculous.
Well, if you look at the first boundaries he hit, he actually proper they were
straight down the ground, weren't
proper on drives.
Yeah.
And this is again goes back to, I hate to keep beating the same drum about giving yourself a chance, but you play proper cricket shots early on, then these grounds come to you.
Yeah,
these grounds give you opportunities because they're not big, and we've started seeing now that some sides are realizing if you give yourselves a chance, you can go mental at the end.
100%.
You're talking people. I've just tried to do a bit of a hashtag interview coming on there, a bit of quick maths, and I think you're probably looking at like Australia got around the same 140 odd today.
Yeah,
in the last 10. So you don't actually have to be that far in front of the game, you don't have to be in front of the game in order to be competitive. We've seen scores of 320, 330 being competitive.
Didn't Maxwell only come in with 10 overs left?
I think he came in with about 15 overs left, yeah.
No, it was less than that because I heard him talking about it on interview. Hold on, I'm just going to check. Australia first.
Because, everyone's forgetting David Warner did get a fine 100 as well.
Well, yeah, no, he did, yeah, but we don't like him. Warner was out in the 39.1 overs, which would have been when Maxwell came in, and he was out after 49.3 overs. So he he was out there for 10 overs and 2 balls, and scored 106 off 44.
Yeah.
David Warner 104 off 93. Poor by comparison. Only going at 111.82 compared to Maxwell's 240.90.
He was slower than Marnus as well, wasn't he? Slower than Marnus.
He was, and Pat Cummins, who got 12 off 9, 133.33. So Warner, average day. You grubby little fucker. And sorry, Tim. Yeah, I mean, look, the Netherlands just got blown away though, didn't they? Stark, Hazelwood, Zampa came in and got 4 for 8, didn't he? I think off 3 overs, was it at the end?
Yeah,
4 for 8 off 3. And it's difficult for these sides to have such a big win to then back it up. We've seen the same with Afghanistan. We've seen it in the game after England they lost, obviously. We've seen it now with the Netherlands. We've also seen it with someone else. So a bit of a chastening experience today for the Netherlands. It just never really got going. I tried to think what their top score was. Singh, 25 off 25 before he was run out. A brilliant piece of work by Glenn Maxwell at mid-on. What are your thoughts on, obviously, Eugene and I have spoken about it a couple of times. I think he may have spoken to you about it as well. But the sub-fielders, we obviously mentioned last night the Gary Pratt thing that I think was 2005. Warner came out and took the field today, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Maxwell did the same. If they can do it, why can't de Kock do it? Why can't Clarkson? Well, Clarkson's done it, to be fair. But what are your thoughts on this?
He didn't against England, did he? But
what are your thoughts on sitting out just because you've got a few?
I've never really been a fan of it. It's happened for a long time. Let's not be about the bush. It's happened a lot of the time.
Could they stamp it out if they wanted to? Unless it was like a Reece Topley broken finger. Obviously, he didn't bat.
Yeah, but where do you? My thing is, they've had to draw a line in it somewhere on there. If a guy is physically unable to field, then that's okay. You allow him the sub-fielder. I don't like you get, if a bowler is unable to bowl, you get a sub-fielder. But granted, you don't get a spare bowler, but like. It's just a fielder at the end of the day.
So here's my question. If Quinton de Kock scores 174 as he did yesterday, then doesn't come out to field, and you get Andio Theflaqueo. I've been trying to pronounce that properly all day and still got it wrong. If you've gone out and scored 174 and you're a bit tired, by getting a fresh set of legs onto the pitch, is that not giving you an unfair advantage in the second half? Because,
well, I mean, if you are going to stand there and think that would South right, so South Africa, for example, it bought Pep Quayle, who is a reasonable athlete. Don't get me wrong, but is he Quinton de Kock normally keeps,
which would have put Klaassen into the field?
Klaassen normally fields. So, have they actually made their fielding side stronger?
Well, if they're both saying that, if it would have been, well, if that, let's say de Kock then keeps, Klaassen then has to go out into the field. If he's then tired and can't be as effective as he normally is, then that does give a bit more of an advantage back to the side batting second. It's not their fault that someone whacked a load and a bit tired. Like, I just think that it's not a level.
It might be their fault if you bowl like the Dutch did today. Right, it's definitely your fault.
Fair enough, but you're being sarcastic and missing my point entirely. The point is that I think it puts the team back in second at an even bigger disadvantage. But you've just been twatted all around the place by someone. You know, if they're tired, don't care. Come out and field. Come out and do your job. Unless your leg's hanging off, or you've got a genuine injury.
I mean, it's where you. For me, it's where you want to stop it. It's where do you then draw the line in it? What is then an injury? What is then a cramp? What is cramp an injury? But where do you then? You're then having very, very blurry lines between when are you and when aren't you allowed replacement. England, for example, Adil Rashid was named in the squad the other day. Stomach bug, didn't even take the field to start off with. Literally walked on, bowled an over, walked off. Walked on, bowled an over, walked off. Like, where are we saying? Are we actually saying that you shouldn't have 12 men? Like, you pick your 11. Are we going back to rugby to 1993? When you go, no, you're not allowed a 12 man.
All right, then.
That's your 11. You've got to get through the game.
If de Kock's on 97 and cramps up, he gets someone to bring him some pickle juice on, and he doesn't walk off.
Yeah, but we all know that these injuries in whatever, a lack of fitness, you might call it. I mean, you can argue that. Your preparation might not be right. You can argue loads of things about when it is or isn't cramp. But what we could then very well be at is a situation where someone does start to cramp up. You then tell them they've got to carry on. They then proper do themselves in because they've had to carry on. Whether that's fielding, whether that's batting, whether that's whatever. And because of the laws, they then go, right, can you imagine in India at the minute, Kohli, 150, World Cup semi-final. Batting first, 150 World Cup semi-final. ICC, sorry, mate, you've got a field. Don't care how much cramping up. India, Kohli goes out of fields. India win the game. Kohli tears his hamstring in half because he can't physically. And you're going to say that, right, Kohli's out of the World Cup final because he couldn't have a 12th man?
Yeah, well,
I think it's been known for a long time that, yes, fielding can make a difference. However,
I'm just in the same boat as Huge when he's saying if there's 3 blokes who didn't start the game on the pitch to field, I think that's a bit excessive. 12th man, fine. Maybe limit it to 1 at a time. I don't know, but
yeah, I just think while everyone's doing it,
but this is again, it's the ICC need to have a bit of a stronger, firmer stance on it. That's all I'm saying.
Again,
you agree with that?
You can sit and form an argument. I mean, from a bowler's point of view, from a guy that used to bat in the lower order and bowl, I didn't have a choice. If I contributed at the end of an innings, Janssen, for example, the other day.
Yeah, you have to get up and go second half.
You have to get up and you have to bowl. So, yes, I can see some people's point. But does it make a difference? Not really. At the end of the day, for me in that situation, you've lost your first choice. Unless you're going to go down a route of having an X-factor player and all this gubbins. But again, then how do you manage it? Just,
we're not here to provide the answer. We're just here to ask the questions. We're not here to provide the answer.
No,
we're just.
I don't know. I think if there was people massively taking the piss with it, then fine. If they're subbing a bloke off because he's got 40, if, for example, you got into Mammal Hack going in and getting 40 and then saying he's cramped up and then whatever else or whatever, then fine. Like, yeah, hang on. But these guys aren't fielding after getting 150, 170, 150. Like, you're not seeing guys getting 45 and then go, oh, it's warm.
Yeah,
like,
no.
they're playing extraordinary innings.
And then putting the feet up and saying, that's me, done for the day.
Well, are they? I mean, or are they looking after their bodies, making sure they can rehab properly? And at the end of the day, all these guys have been out or been got out in the last 3 or 4 overs. And we're asking players to turn around quicker. We're asking players to make sure it's shorter games. Like, give them enough recovery time.
Again, not here to provide answers, just here to ask questions. And throw a few grenades in along the way and then just disappear until tomorrow. Right, talking of which, we are going to have to disappear. We don't really have to watch the rest of the World Cup because I've already told you what's going to happen. India are going to beat South Africa, Australia are going to beat New Zealand, India are going to beat Australia in the final. Simple.
I'm going to throw a red one in there. I think New Zealand are going to win this World Cup.
I think you are crackers. Anyway, love you lots.
What's the game tomorrow?
The game tomorrow. Oh,
it's us. We're playing.
Of course we are. Well, that is going to be an easy win for Sri Lanka.
Can I change my?
Lucky, I've locked my Super Breeze in, unfortunately. But yes, we're going to look. We've got to go.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be back with Eugene tomorrow. We will speak with Simon on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Love you lots. See you soon.